Hello, beautiful people. I just want to talk to you and refresh your understanding of what it means to understand tone, mood, and figurative language when you read literature. So, what do I essentially want to make sure that you are clear on when you listen to this and when you walk away? One, what is the definition of tone and mood in literature? You might have already learned this, so you might just be listening for a refresher to just affirm what you already know. Two, what's the difference between tone and mood? Three, what does it mean to be figurative language? What does that even mean? As just a reminder, the difference between figurative and literal language. And what are the figurative language devices that we focus on in Literacy 7? And then lastly, kind of one of the most important pieces really is why does it help a reader to identify all of these components? Like, what's the point, right? So, first, what is tone? We have to remember that every single author who is the creator of whatever work you're talking about has a purpose when they create something. And often we're talking about pieces of work that are obviously shared with others. The tone of the piece that a person creates is the attitude or emotional delivery of the author's message, or maybe the tone is just how they feel about what they're talking about. For example, they're usually emotion words or adjective words, like you could call a tone mysterious, maybe it's aggressive, joyous, sad, speedy, whatever it might be. So, on the flip side, what is the mood? The mood is you, it's how you feel. Um, because of what the author, the musician, the artist, the storyteller, the creator is giving you by their tone. It's typically an emotion word. So while reading, you can ask yourself, do I feel a specific way? Do I feel overcome by by an emotion because of the tone, because of the message, because of the way that the author is crafting their piece? To remember what the difference between tone and mood is, the tone is how the author communicates their message, whether it's a piece of entertainment like a story, or it's more of a piece of information or an argument like a persuasive piece. And the mood is how you feel because of their tone, their message, the way that they've decided to craft their work. What does it mean to be figurative now? Well, first we have to understand, right, that when someone's talking literally, it means they're saying things exactly the way they see them. There isn't like any fluffy symbolic language happening. It doesn't have to be fluffy, but like anything that is, seems abstract. It's exactly the way something is. So to be figurative means that you're using language to describe an experience or the way you see something with words or expressions that are different from the literal interpretations. Like when you see a simile or a symbol or a metaphor or a moment when cat's out of the bag, or an idiom that is a phrase that means something that commonly people understand what it means, but it is not to be interpreted literally word for word. There are a lot of devices that accomplish these forms of speech in all languages, but specifically I'm talking about the English language. The next slide lists the 10 devices that we have focused on a lot this year: metaphor, simile, imagery, repetition, onomatopoeia, allusion, hyperbole, idiom, alliteration, and personification. You can obviously Google the definition of those if you do not remember them, but you could also look back in our Canvas. I have listed figurative language device resources in the author's purpose module, and I also would be totally happy to refresh your knowledge if you have to speak about those in any context. The last really important piece is, why is it important? Why does it make you a smarter, better reader in person to know about this stuff, right? It will benefit you to know what tone is, to know what mood is, to know what figurative language is for like so many career paths. Not just English or literature based career paths or journalist career paths, but it will benefit you to be able to understand which tones reach you as a reader. A lot of times when you're talking with other people about like why you like a book or why you like a story or a movie or a song, you could be able to communicate more deeply, more authentically what it is about that piece, because you can talk about the tone of it. And you could also maybe too be able to apply the themes, the messages of what the story is trying to say to yourself. If you're able to talk about what mood it puts you in, maybe you're able to communicate why you love this specific book, or why you love this song or this book or this, TV show, because you can talk about it, how it affects you, how it affects your mood. That's oftentimes like one of the reasons that you love something or you don't like something is because of the mood. So being able to communicate that. And you can also just greater access the storyline, feelings of the story if you understand figurative language happening. Specifically when talking about poetry and reading and reading stories, when you're able to understand the imagery of a piece, when you're able to understand the similes or the metaphors being used, or it's repetition if it's music, right? You're going to get the piece more thoroughly. And as we read, we want to be smart. We want to get it, right? So the more that you practice it, just like a bike, the more you're going to get out of a story. So if you have any questions about anything, if you need any clarification beyond this review, you know where to find me, room 204, in class, out of class, or email. I am proud of you and good job.